payoff is so far away for DFYG. Granted though, if they get to the late game, late game, ultra late game, maybe 21 minutes in, maybe everything's equalized and RRQ might not have enough to catch where the wing is. However, it seems like RRQ Hoshi, with the tools that they have on Soy having essentially critical mass kind of itemization for the flood, and then you also have 6 Genus just freely getting the kills. It's gonna be a great late game for RRQ Hoshi as well.
It's gonna be tough to deal with. This amount of power that RRQ Hoshi has right now with this lineup is what's making it so difficult, because even if you're going to try to catch up into this, you know, like, it's difficult for DFYG. Who is going to be the one to help them catch up? Super Ken has been struggling for the most time. Long hasn't really been a part of anything, but his Harith should now be at least close to being online to where he can then provide some of that damage throughput in these fights. But the problem is, man, you've seen how fast Super Ken gets brought to like a quarter of HP. And maybe that, once again, is a reason why Ling just does not work too well in this meta. And that's going to be a quick, easy Lord once again for RRQ Hoshi. Some items being picked up here too. Super Ken just getting his BOD. So again, we're going to see if DFYG can defend against this. Again, a massive lead right now for RRQ Hoshi. And if they force a fight, if they really want to, which is most likely, because it's Edom, right? Edom has this Tigreal. You can see them making their way down bot. It looks like they're going to go for Super Ken. Toy juking him out with the BMI, and he's going to run. So they want to keep that Lord up for that push, but they're going to force a fight anyway in the mid as V1 is gone. A Thorn Rose to go through. Long dropping down the Zaman, force a land check to be able to stun Vel, but Vel is still healthy. But now they have a Lord to deal with. A couple flickers were used by DFYG. Super Ken might just go to cut the waves or join a fight in the backside. There's the implosion though, the catch right on target. Zed can't escape as this bottom base turret goes down with the Lord. And now the rest of the team in the base, feathered airstrike dropped down too long. Just burning, man. He's on 1 HP. And Vel is gone with a wave pushing it down bot. They should be able to end the game as RRQ Hoshi takes game 1 in a dominant fashion.
Super dominant fashion here for RRQ Hoshi. Unfortunately, the Gambit coming out from DFYG, picking up that thing did not work. I don't think that it's a draft issue for DFYG. I think it's more of an execution issue, as RRQ Hoshi not only did not make any mistakes, but they have found a dent in the armor of DFYG. I may say so. And that is definitely this Esmeralda, which should have been really good versus the Lapu-Lapu, but the fact that they have killed him thrice in a row in the span of 2 minutes, that gave them the opening. And that show just can't get any pickoffs. That meant that Super Ken will not be comfortable in the map. It came to a point where nobody is killable inside of RRQ. But I'm sure that the panel will have more to talk about, so let's go back to the scene.
What a way to start this quarterfinal series. RRQ takes game 1 and immediately show why they came into this matchup as favorites. This is the quarterfinals of Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025, powered by ADNOC. So let us bring in Goods and Soldier to break this one down, this game 1. A Soldier?
To be honest, for RRQ, the beginning of the game, like of the day, the first match for the day, it was very fabulous. I really like it, the playstyle from RRQ. Like they took one Lord and like they push it and it's done. Because when you take the Lord, it's easier to go for the pushing and like engaging on their bases. So to be honest,
just looking
really
at the draft, I knew that RRQ coach is gonna win.
Yeah,
On paper and on execution and on the game, they secure that win.
It was an outstanding win, of course. You know, RRQ was dominating the entire map. Basically, their experience showed in this match. You know, they knew what they were doing. They got a couple of deaths in the beginning of the game, but then they started taking control. There might be a slight issue with regards to DFYG's jungler, where Ling was not able to actually dish out any kills or get any kills or damage because of the protection of the RRQ Hoshi's team. So he tried to get Parsa a couple of times. He tried to get Claude, but he couldn't. In any of his try, he couldn't get any kills. He just got one kill in the beginning of the game, and that was it for him. Of course, as we can see in the highlights, RRQ was dominating in the towers destroyed, Lord slain, Turtle slain. It was complete dominance from RRQ Hoshi.
To be honest, for DFYG, for draft it was perfect, but RRQ as an experienced team, they know how to play around it. They know how to play around these heroes like Eve, Chu, Ling, Esmeralda, and Harith. As a competitive team, bravo, they won it because like the goal difference it's 10k and the towers like 8 for 1, Lords 2 and Turtle 3. So they have the maximum objectives clean for them. Also, they have the objectives on the map, like
Yes,
as a viewers.
and
Also,
of
we have
course,
MVP.
with this team effort, someone stood out among them.
Of course, it
Let's
was
talk about the
Toy.
MVP of the game.
It was Toy. He was playing with Claude. Great job for Toy. It was very rare
Did
to
we
get a
expect
marksman.
this?
It's very rare to get a marksman MVP, but kudos for him. Kudos for him for this amazing, of course, achievement that he has achieved today.
But for you, he stood out the most as well.
Yeah, for me,
Soldier?
Toyo, it was like most like not the MVP, the star, and the team. It was like a shining stars with it. So it was very perfect for them. And I'm waiting for still be DFYG to come back, and I want to see like the third.
Yes,
game,
they
not
still
two
have a
games.
chance. This is best of 3.
Yeah.
But they really need to up their game because this is single elimination. So after this, if RRQ takes the win, they go to the semifinals. And their tournament run, it's over. So what do you think needs to change for DYFG to secure 1-1?
For DFYG, they need to change their team fight structure, like combination of the team. It was for the draft, it was very good, but you need to counter RRQ team for like the carries and the marksman.
How are you going to counter them?
To be honest, you need to counter like just tankies and crowd controls.
But do you think RRQ Hoshi would give them a chance to actually build that strategy?
You never know. As we have more cards, DFYG, they have cards.
Let's hope for that, of course. We
Yes,
all the
because
best,
their
of course.
backs are on the wall right now. So for sure they are thinking, taking out those cards and laying it in front of them to
Because
secure that win.
They test the water now, and they see it like it's not a stable water. It's a little bit dangerous at the beginning of the game.
Full of crocodiles.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Actually, I believe the FYG, the next match, are going all in. I believe so. Actually, I hope so. They would go all in and not play safe and not play tanky, super tanky, and very sustainable. I would say they would go all in,
They
do
need
or
to
die.
because nothing to lose now.
They have nothing to lose, definitely. All in, just go
Because
crazy.
if RRQ keeps that momentum, then they advance to the semifinals. And it's bye-bye for TYFG.
Yes, that is very true. So I hope they would actually go all in, just go crazy, full damage, and,
Yes,
and
we're
full
just
strategy.
excited for Game 2. I'm looking forward to Game 2.
Same here.
Any
same here.
predictions?
For
Soldier?
game 2, I'm waiting for the FYG to play as yesterday style. Early scrimmages, early objectives, and control of the map. Now, we didn't saw anything of this. Because RRQ, they controlled all over the map, all over the objectives.
They didn't
And
have
the
a
kills.
chance.
Little bit, they fall apart in the beginning. Little bit, they feel like death, but they come back. They come back. They know how to come back. Some of teams, like yesterday, they don't know. When they fall apart, they don't know how to come back. But for experienced team and competitive team, they know how to come back, and they know how to control, and they know how to come, like, they need to focus on, like, XP lanes, gold lanes to come back, bring the items, and clear the objectives, and the team will cover it until he will come back for the carrier or the marksman.
Definitely.
Well, that's some great analysis we have, but we have to step away for the short break as we are getting ready for Game 2. See you guys. Stay tuned.
Abu Dhabi and UAE at the moment seems to be the epicenter of autonomous robotics and many other activities.
running a business doesn't have to be complicated. At Solutions Plus, we provide a tailored combination of consulting, business process outsourcing, and technology solutions, from digital to finance, procurement, HR, ESG, and integrated facilities management. We take care of it all, letting you focus on success. Partner with Solutions Plus and take your business to the next level.
Health is the essence of who we are. M42 is a global health champion harnessing the power of artificial intelligence, technology and genomics to transform healthcare systems and ensure that everyone, everywhere, has access to the care they need. Our dedication to health knows no borders, and we serve with the belief that health is not a privilege. It is a universal right.
What if the spaces between us could disappear? And one move makes all the difference. Sometimes it feels like bonds growing stronger across any distance. When the spaces between us disappear, beautiful things happen.
Looking for car, health or home insurance? Don't waste hours calling around. At insurancemarket.ae, I bring you quotes from the UAE's top insurers in seconds. Compare, choose and buy instantly, all in one place. Over 200,000 policyholders already trust us with a 4.8-star rating. Join them today. Insurancemarket.ae, where insurance gets smarter. Insurancemarket.ae.
Energy is life. And today, life is happening in two worlds, physical and digital. In Abu Dhabi, where source energy powers innovation, a new kind of energy rises. An energy that unites worlds through intention and action. Where physical skills meet digital mastery and next generation of champions are born. This is where talent meets technology. Where strength meets strategy. Where energy amplifies through action and powers the future. The Games of the Future, powered by ADNOC.
Welcome back to the quarterfinals. Game 2 is coming up and draft is starting. Soldier, can we start with the drafting now?
To be honest, the
Ban
draft
has
has begun,
started,
and we are seeing RRQ and the FYG that trying to eliminate some of picks. We saw it in the first game.
We
like
saw
Farsa
Lancelot.
and Groot. To be honest, it's going to be game 2. It's better than game 1.
Well, I hope so. Actually, it seems like DFYG had a hard time with Farsa the last game, so they decided to ban her immediately.
So this is target ban.
Yeah, it is a target ban, but there are lots of choices. There are lots of other choices, of course. I believe Eve is still open as a mid laner. There are lots of there is Zushin, there is Zeishan, there are other lots of other mid laners that can be actually utilized in the mid lane. But as for RRQ right now, we're waiting for the third ban. As you can see, most of the bans basically are still meta bans, like Basha, Isun Shin, Lancelot, and Fanny, and then the third one, which is Yuzong. So yeah, this is
But you know, DYFG, they have two target bans because they are fighting to stay alive.
Definitely. And as we see, the first pick is Eve right now. But is this going to be a problem for RRQ? I don't think so.
No, RRQ doesn't need to panic.
Yeah, they don't have to panic. They know how to counter everything, basically. But I believe the FYG should actually not just go for the meta picks, but they should go for the focus on the counters right now, since they know who they're playing against. Kalea and Lapu Lapu. It's done. Yeah.
Secured it.
Actually, for the first 2 picks, I believe, you know, not trying to be overexcited or anything, but I believe it's GG.
Are we seeing a 2-0 coming up?
I think so, but I still think the FYG still has a chance. You know, they can play on the mistakes, they can play on the counters right now. They should play on countering.
But you think they need to do it aggressively from now? Toy. But you know, DYFG don't have the luxury to play it safe now. They really have to go all in.
But they are actually, I think they're planning to play safe. They're playing for the late game right now, which I kind of didn't want. You know, I wanted them to go all in, but no, they're gonna play safe. And this seems like a tanky match because from RRQ, Kalea is tanky, Lapu Lapu is tanky, Fredrin is tanky. So how will DFYG break through the defenses of RRQ? If RRQ bans carry, then I think DFYG has a very small chance of winning this game. Because carry should be DFYG's pick if they want to have a chance at this match. Because there ain't any other like marksman that can actually dish out or melt tanks just like carry. Although they have banned Harith, which is surprising.
In the first game.
Yeah, but yeah, well, it is Harith is annoying, but still, like, you know, Claude is a ban. Well, we're looking for gold laner bans right now, you know. But I think so. The last ban for RRQ might be carry or an XP laner. We're not sure yet. What do you think, Soldier? So they banned Xborg. All right, then I believe the last ban phase for DFYG. We're waiting for Zed right now to go for the final ban. As we can see from RRQ, we already have a mid lane, we already have a roamer, we already have an XP laner and a jungler, because I believe Fredrin is going to be a jungler. So we still have a mid laner and a gold laner for RRQ to pick. On the other hand, for DFYG, we have a mid laner, an XP laner, and a roamer as well. So we still have a gold laner and we have a jungler for DFYG. So this is gonna be tricky, to be honest. Like, I think it's gonna be very tricky for the both of the teams. They banned Valentina. So who do you think they're gonna go for if they're actually banned Valentina?
See, if they ban Valentina, oh, they're going for Kimi. Wait, I will
Kimi as a
explain
mid
about
lane.
Valentina, but Kimi
Kimi is a mid laner, yeah, which is good.
against Eve.
Which is good because
Yeah.
you know both of them, like, you know, they Kimi also is great with her ult and her crowd control. So RQ needs that. So that's why they actually went for the Kimi pick.
To be honest, like I was like little bit curious about Eve. Then I saw the Farsa ban. Then I was okay. They are relaxed now because Eve versus Farsa, it's a little bit annoying. Oh, Ayabusa.
That's weird.
We will see DFYG. Oh, Akai or Hayabusa?
Actually, I would go for an Akai.
Akai, perfect. Moskov. Moskov and Akai for the last two picks for DFYG. Seems interesting, the draft until now.
Very interesting draft from the FYG. Moskov is a good pick, but I'm not sure why didn't they go for a carry instead.
Wow.
RQ
That's
instead
what
went
you
for
were
a
waiting
carry.
for.
They were like, you
Interesting.
should have went for a carry, you know? So
They
yeah,
changed
that's
the rules.
Yeah, that's very surprising actually. Yeah, very
But
questionable
according
pick.
to this, who does it favor right now with the draft?
90% RQ.
RQ.
They picked
If
Moscow.
DFYG choose carry,
They
that
could
will
have
be
had a chance.
DFYG.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
now, the upper hand for RRQ, and
But the FYG is going for late game.
Remember MSC?
yeah, the RRQ, they are going for
24?
late game, mid game, late game. Yes.
This is going to be one interesting match for both
Yeah,
teams, to
break
be honest.
glass
But I
in case of
believe
emergency.
RQ has the upper hand when it comes to the
Hero.
draft
But
picks.
mentally, how do you think the FYG feels now? It's 1-0.
For this picks,
Yes.
they are like still, and the momentum and the rhythm, we
So
want to win
one
again.
foot on the ground, 1 foot up there.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
You want to go to all?
Like they want to continue, like I will climb the stars, and I want to see, like I will compete with versus RQ Hoshi, and I will see, I will test.
Yes, so I guess draft is set, games is starting. Let us send it over to our casters to bring you to game 2.
Game number 2 between DFYG and RQ. It's elimination for DFYG if they do lose this. And off cam, me and Naisu, we're talking about how the break glass in case of emergency hero for long is the Moscow. However,
sir.
Naisu, I feel like this is such a good game in a way that we are going to see utility jungler versus utility jungler with their traditional marksman late game, which is going to be so good to watch.
Yeah, this is pretty much standard. I feel like standard compositions that we're seeing here, maybe aside from like the Akai to an extent, but Akai has popped up more and more lately. I feel like this is going to be more of a step up that we need to see from DFYG, especially for Vel. Vel just got completely shut down in game 1 early on. Too many deaths in the early game, so obviously wants to give it a go again here. Not only that, but on the flip side for RQ Hoshi, this is that lineup, or this is that combination of heroes that works so well, man. And I'm talking about the Kimi, the Fredrin, and then you have on the Kalea. Kalea still is like what probably the best setting hero to individually take down one member, right? I mean, the only other hero that I can really think of is maybe if you're really, really good on that Cho, or maybe a Kaja, which we've seen pop up in games of the future as well, right? But there's nothing like the Kalea because you provide so much sustainability to your team. You can fake people out if you want to and not fully commit to that title strike or that tsunami slam if you want to. And so it's such a strong hero. I mean, we all remember when she first came out and was introduced into the game. Everybody was picking her for a good reason. But even with the changes that she's faced, she's still so strong at level 4, and that helps the team with that sustainability. Look at this, the double jump for that title strike. They're going to be able to whittle them down a little bit, and now that they fight for this turtle, they should have control of it. Super Ken, the advantage is he is in the Kai. They're going to go heal over here. Edok could be in trouble. Edok actually dies. First blood for Vel. Heavy spin already going to be used. Susujin gets the turtle, tries to get on out, but now Super Ken won't be able to get that energy eruption off from Susujin. But hey, they're happy to trade. Kill for an objective.
As long as there is a trade, you can say that DFYG is going to be happy. Susujin, though, wants to steal the purple, not be successful in doing so, as Yi1 threatens for some damage. Kind of bold for Susujin to walk in front of DFYG with just half HP up top. They want to kill this Esmeralda. Not sure if this is even possible with the Lapu-Lapu supplying a lot of shields. Whereas in the mid lane, they will not be able to get a kill. Fortunately for Zed, he didn't have to pop the ultimate, the AOG, to get out there. An early rotation from Toy, the gold lane from RRQ Hoshi.
Okay, now they're going to go for Long. Long's still going to be fine. Has a pure fine too. This is one of the things, though, for Long on this Moskov, there's a time when, again, it was just about all he was picking and playing was the Moskov. He's done amazing things in certain matches with the Moskov alone. But also, regardless, that hero allows you to kind of play more towards the map if you want to. If DFYG ends up being kind of behind later on, which thankfully they're not right now for them, then they can go ahead and allow the Moskov to push those off lanes while the objectives are, usually the focus. And then all you have to do is follow through that SOD. But with that being the case, we've seen that Spear of Destruction actually be a Spear of Death for a lot of Moskov players so far in the current meta. But even here for the games of the future, man, it's been really tough for them to actually make it work. And of course, positioning more than ever. But and that's also just partially because we've seen so many compositions that are heavy on the crowd control, and that is a constant here so far in our current meta.
That's right. DFYG are gonna be poised to again contest for this next turtle. You always have to look for the heavy spin. If it's way too early, that's gonna be bad.
Good taunt there, unbreakable. Edok's still gonna live though. So turtle up. Revitalize is gonna be expended as well from Zed to top everybody up. RWM dropped down too. They're gonna go for it. Turtle's still being worked on. Manchester gonna miss. There's SOD. They're gonna zone out Susujin. So Super Ken actually gets the turtle, but with Vel gone, they're still going RRQ Hoshi. I don't know if they want to follow this up. Too many low HP bars here. So once again, it's a trade. Trade for they get the objective for Super Ken, but yeah, they get a kill over here. Oh no, Toy. Okay, Toy's fine.
Toy's fine for now. No, I think the XP is the same between our gold laners, which kind of means that it's pretty good for the Moskov. Every time that he is not trailing behind the first 5 minutes of the game, that generally means that you have a good game for your Moskov. Whereas for Super Ken, the fact that he's able to get that retribution up, it's gonna be good. Now they want to try to make a play in the mid lane. Looks like they would kill Rinse, and that's a kill onto the Akai. It's gonna be good for DFYG, now leading by almost 1,000 gold over RRQ Hoshi.
We're gonna try to do the same thing to Long, but then it gets spotted out by Zed. Not happening today. Super Ken going for the lockdown into the AOG, but a great usage of the Tsunami Slam to avoid the Avatar the Guardian. That's a big brain play right there. Good play to stay alive.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
CC immune while you are casting the slam. One of you are actually like bringing someone up. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We're having from Edok. Almost threatening a kill of the Super Ken.
They're going to make a play here down bot. If they just get a turret, maybe they get a kill. There it is. Zed going to be in trouble. Landshaker comes down as well. And even if he tries, he can't escape the shredding from Toy's carry. They might trade this, though. Good push for Vel up top. But RRQ Hoshi, they're starting to go ahead and gather to make these plays now that a power spike is starting to be hit here.
DFYG will scratch their heads. They have committed 2 ultimates just to try to take out a roamer. And Edok only had to do, all that he had to do was to just pop the ultimate. So that's 2 ultimates for the price of 1. And he survived afterwards. So, however, it's not going to be punished. DFYG will be trying to go for this turtle. Does have the ultimate, the heavy spin, still available for Super Ken as well as the AOG.
See if they get it. Last turtle of the game, 1 for 1 on each side, but there's a Tsunami Slam once again to bring them down, but an AOG. Now Zed on the run. U1 already gone. Super Ken making some havoc here, some chaos with a heavy spin, but Zed's going to get zoned in, zoned out, and taken out. Taking a little bit longer, but finally going down. Turtle for 2 basically is the trade here. Sutsujin, though, quite low. Relying on the team, trying to be a little bit of a bait. That energy eruption won't land. Oh, Dyron jumps in. Not sure if they still want to commit to this. They do want to just fight under the tier 1 turret, throw everything at them. They'll take the turret, they'll take the kills, they'll get everything they wanted for RRQ Hoshi.
Wow. What a great takedown from RRQ Hoshi. Not only did they take down 2 of the important members of DFYG, that's Akai as well as the Esmeralda down for the count. They also have taken out the mid lane turret, which will then give them so much of an advantage when it comes to EL estate. Control of the jungle is pretty great. You can see through the replay how they did it. Dyron was sort of a bait in here, and Super Ken can't do anything because he doesn't have the heavy spin in that scenario. You think about it, in hindsight, DFYG should have just given up the mid lane turret after that, but they didn't. So not only did they lose their turret, but they also gave 2 free kills for RRQ Hoshi. And you know what that translates to? That's 1,700 gold in favor of RRQ Hoshi at this point.
Good gold, but this play up here totally going to be in trouble. Great play from Long. This is what we've seen so many times.
Okay.
Long gets a double kill again. Break the glass in case of emergency, and that's the Moskov there sitting in that case. Long getting a double is great for DFYG here. Now they're going to put the pressure on this side of the jungle of RRQ Hoshi. They might go for more. Sutsujin pushed off his orange buff. He will go ahead and secure it with the Appraiser's Wrath here. And so it's good. DFYG doesn't want to go down swinging, doesn't want to go out to a sweep. They show some fight here.
Yeah, just one double kill. One good play coming up from Long. The 1.7k gold is now down to just 500, which generally means that it's almost equalized. Long is level 11 right now, which also tells us that he has got a lot of farm in his hands.
Oh, he's got to be careful here. He already uses it. He still has the Purify. He's trying to get away. He has space to work with in this RWM. Wow. RRQ Hoshi getting caught into the real world manipulation will make them disengage. They're just going to go ahead and start this Lord here. They should be able to tank this up and basically revitalize themselves through the Surge of Life here with Edo. Half health on the Lord. They're going to heal this up. Super Ken looking for his own angle to go in. There's a Tsunami Slam to get the space they needed. Great play there from Edo to take the jungler down away from the Lord. Even though Super Ken's still alive, they will take Edok out, but RRQ Hoshi wanted the Lord and they got it.
Wow, great plays coming up from Edok. If you're DFYG, you're so annoyed of this Kalia. The exchange might be a push in the mid lane, but RRQ Hoshi have found a great opening once again.
Oh no, Diamond's jumping into the back like a bravest fighter, and he'll find Yi1. A great play after that RWM was set up. The Lord is still there, but locked down. Sutsujin stuck between a panda and a wall. A spirit thrown out, but that might be it. So maybe that's all they get off this Lord push. RRQ Hoshi, not much value out of the Lord.
Yeah. Look at this item coming out from Super Ken. This is going to be great later on. Eventually, the cooldowns of the heavy spin will be a problem, but with just the 2 items for Super Ken, that's just the Blade Armor as well as the Winter Crown, might be enough for them to prolong this game. RRQ Hoshi, they have tried to go for an extra play after that Lord fight, which I felt like is not warranted anymore. They could have just waited for the Lord and just have pushed. Dyron smelled blood. He thought that he had a great positioning because he was actually able to take out E1. But at the expense of the Lord not being utilized by RRQ Hoshi. What that generally means, Naisu, is that their timer is just gonna get faster and faster. Meaning to say, DFYG and their ultimates, their power spike will just be speeding up because Long got 2 assists. Right now, 2 kills and 2 assists, and he's gonna be hitting so hard.
He throws the spear there. Let's see if he actually has the space to work. He's getting stuck on, though. I'm not sure if Long's going to be able to get away. He doesn't use the Purify either. He gets stunned and killed, and now Long is gone. DFYG has to disengage. No one from RRQ Hoshi goes down. Hey, Spear of Death is what I mentioned before, right? Well,
yeah. I am in disbelief right now. The Purify was available. He could have gotten away. Now RRQ Hoshi, the pendulum swings in their favor now. The back and forth between DFYG and RRQ Hoshi will be decided on who makes fewer mistakes over the other. So far, RRQ Hoshi, they're the ones gaining the momentum because they're the ones forcing the errors of DFYG. I am really just wondering why Long did not press that Purify.
Yeah, maybe he was so worried with trying to get that space between everybody chasing after him, but that Purify definitely would have helped. So I'm sure he's thinking the same thing. Hopefully he can reset and get prepped for this next fight. Again, Lord's coming up here, a couple seconds. They'll get in position in DFYG. I'm not sure what the plan here is. It looks like they just want to go for the fight. Even in this case, Lone could technically be on one of these side lanes to push things out or clear some of the waves and then just join this later on, but it looks like they'll just delay that Lord. But they do lose. Oh, they almost lost that 2 turret mid lane just to the minion push.
Super Cannon, the heavy spin, that's what you have to look for now, as well as the jump from Dyron. If he gets an opening to jump long, that would be great.
That's what they do here. Super Ken knows that he doesn't have to totally press this forward just yet. Traction Pulse thrown out. Whoa, a ton of damage on Zed. Revitalize going to be used. Long does get a kill though, and he's got the space to work with. He has to be careful though, still holding on to the Purify. Vel already used his. They might go for the reset with Sutsujin down. There's not much RRQ can do, but they are going to go for the play anyway. A Spear Destruction is actually the one to kill Edok. And so DFYG with that fight and taking out RRQ Hoshi's jungler might just get themselves the Lord here. There's not much RRQ can do unless they're going to go for a kill.
Oh no.
On Vel. Oh, Super Ken. So close.
Oh, Winter Crown.
Traction Pulse though, right on top.
Oh,
will take him out.
They got baited. Vel. I think Vel running away is already guaranteed during that moment, but yeah, DFYG miscalculated a little bit. But apart from that play, everything was just great from DFYG. They punished the jump coming out from Sutsujin. They have eliminated the jungler for RRQ Hoshi at the start of the fight. That meant that they were able to get the Lord so easily. I'm sure that they could have gotten out scot-free. Super Ken would have survived if they did not overextend their welcome over RRQ Hoshi, but it's what it is. They still have the Lord anyways. DFYG, they also have the power spike right now with the Moskov hitting so hard, almost full item now for Long.
Long's feeling pretty good, man. Throwing out these spears when he sees fit. This Lord will slowly make its way here to that base turret of RRQ Hoshi. They're going to clear it out, though. RWM drop down too to let that charge get in. No turret's going to fall just yet, though. So DFYG slowly but surely getting control on this side of the map of RRQ Hoshi, and that's all they can hope for. That's all they can do. Play it for Long. Now, same thing. If Long, for some reason, makes an error, gets caught, doesn't use Purify, doesn't get the space he needs, they lose such a big component of their damage for DFYG to make this work, but they will get all the tier 2 turrets down to go ahead and clear out this side of the map from RRQ Hoshi. They still hold on to the base turrets. Not sure if they actually want to go for a play. Edok jumping in, has to flicker defensively, but they take out Super Ken. But a huge AOG, a tsunami slam, but Long once again has all the space in the world to work. And Dyron's gonna jump in, but there's just not enough follow-up as Long has all the space to work with. And they'll still go. They get the flicker out of Rins. It's Rins and Sutsujin. They're gonna lose this base turret. No, it doesn't go down. There's no waves, but they will potentially lose this buff. I don't know if Sutsujin can get there in time. Long is just unstoppable right now.
Even just walking in front of Long, in front of that orange buff, I mean, Sutsujin have lost about quarter of his HP just from the passives coming out from Long, and right now it's definitely a problem for RRQ Hoshi. This Moskov has reached critical mass. Might just sell the boots. There you go. Just on cue. And
just on cue.
will actually get the halberd now, and at this point, it's gonna be hitting like a truck. And if you compare that to this carry, of course the carry can still take down the members of the FYG. If he's able to lock down one member of the FYG, maybe Kai, maybe this Esmeralda, it's gonna be good. I think the most ideal kill here for Toy is this Akai because of the chastise pauldron available for Vel. I'm sure that you look at this as an even game, but I think the FYG has a little bit of an advantage over RKOshi when it comes to scaling.
See if they do. They do take this Lord now to half health. It's going to go for a reset. Vel picking up a winner crown, though. The idea here, the play might just be to buy a little more time if they do initiate, so it's not all on Zed. Because RRQ Hoshi could potentially try the same thing, right? Just Tsunami Slam Super Ken away from the Lord if they choose to fight it. But now, like you said, a big problem is this critical mass Mozkov from Lung. He's got the Purified back up after earlier. Vel so low. Not going to use the Winter Crown just yet, but will go ahead and Falling Star Moon out. So that is not available for this fight. Something they can work with. They're going to jump in. Edok with a Tsunami Slam. They're going to go for a Super Ken. And they battle it out in the RWM. And Dyron has to flicker defensively. But Vel, once again, will take some damage. A big AOG, though. And Zed up the front of it all. They do pop the Immortality. Appraiser's rapidly away. And Sutsujin will fall in DFYG once again. Long untouched. Will take down 2 of RRQ Hoshi.
2 kills for the man of the hour. That's Long. But the counter initiation coming from DFYG is so good. They didn't even have to pop their Purifies on both Vel as well as Long. And the fact that they have taken out Rinse, that was actually the great way for them to get into that fight. The ultimate from U1 was also so important for DFYG as it actually prompted RRQ Hoshi to use their spells. Winter Crown sacrifice the zone on the members of RRQ Hoshi. No steal whatsoever from RRQ Hoshi.
Real world manipulation dropped down just to go ahead and let Vel get out of there. They can be pretty, they can use these ultimates as much as they want when they see fit, just because, I mean, you got to think how many times has Yi1 been so big on the value of his real world manipulations, whether that's defensively or aggressively, and especially around the objective fights. And now that this evolved Lord is making its way up top, this is going to be pretty tough for RRQ Hoshi. They need some type of way to deal with Lung, and it feels like it's a lot of the time it's been Edok, right? And he has not been able to get that target. Obviously, there's a Purify over there. There's 2 that you kind of have to consider, and that always is the case when there's a Kalea across from you. And so they're going to have to choose the targets carefully here and allow Toy to get that carry damage off. Even with a Malefic Gun, it just seems like, you don't have that much space or range to work with. A charge up from that Lord will take out the base turret up top. Mid's going to fall here as well, and DFYG sees this game inside. Super Ken popping the heavy spin. Sutsujin cut off from the team. Winter Crown going to be used as well. So Super Ken's still alive, and Lung takes into the fight with SOD. A Landshaker's not going to land, and Lung still has the space. But Rinse! Rinse is so close! But unfortunately, Long comes in on top again. With 3 down of RRQ Hoshi, Long buys the Immortality, and he'll just lock onto the base to end the game here and take it to a game 3. He takes 1 more hit, and we've got a game 3 on our hand.
Great.
You see the smile on
Last,
his face.
in case of emergency, Long, this Moskov, if it works, it works, my man. If it doesn't, it kind of looks disastrous for the FYG. But today, in game number 2 versus RRQ Hoshi, the 50-50 went in favor of Long dominating this game. Just one mishap though, when he didn't pop the Purify, but the entirety of the game, I think Long was so impressive. And because of that, the FYG is not out just yet. Let's get back to the studio and hear what they think about this game.
And we are all tied up 1 game apiece. Welcome back to the quarterfinals of Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025, powered by ADNOC. So DFYG respond in game 2. We were not expecting that.
At all. Oh my god. Long with Moscow was unbelievable.
Yeah, that was his signature hero.
Yeah,
and they were not giving up, as you said.
Yeah, that's what I got to know. It's his signature hero. He did an amazing job. He was dishing out unbelievable damage, and his team was protecting him with all they've got. Basically, when I saw the game and I knew why they were actually choosing those heroes. They were choosing heroes just to protect Long, you know. So yeah, it's such an unbelievable comeback from.
And now
from
they have
DFYG.
forced a deciding game 3. So
To be honest, DFYG, they surprised everyone.
Yeah.
They surprised me, actually. And it was a hard game for RRQ. It was easy game for DFYG with a objectives control and towers control and like also in the map control during the vision, during the pushes. They are controlling all over the map. And they are, during the Lord playing or like taking objectives, they are taking controls and they are not letting RRQ engaging or initiating the team fight. They are also de-engaging and they are denying any team fights unnecessary. They need like
that is very
the
true.
team fights. I will play it with my strategies, with my style.
That is very true. That is very true. Well, I noticed that actually RQ was countlessly trying to get to Long in lots of fights, but Eve was doing a great job as well. So Eve is actually the one that was controlling the map, including Gatakacha and Esmeralda as well. So they knew, you know, who to target basically. RQ tried a lot to get to Long, but they couldn't. They just couldn't. They went left, right. Lapu Lapu came from the back door, just trying to get to Moskov, but he couldn't. He couldn't reach Moskov at all. So that's such a quite interesting
we need to
defense
start
from
with
them.
the numbers from that game. Root, what can we say about the statistics?
It's basically balanced. The total gold is not a huge difference between both teams. 9 towers to 6 towers destroyed for DFYG, 2 lords slain to 1 lord slain for DFYG, of course, and 2 turtles slain to 1 turtle slain for DFYG. Although RQs did such a great job in this match, but late game was too hard for them. They were getting a lot of damage from everywhere and they just couldn't sustain anymore.
DFYG knew what they were doing.
For DFYG, they know how to play it on the late game because RRQ they want to reach to the late game to play to start playing. But DFYG they reached already the late game and already dominating the late game and they are controlling the map, controlling the objectives. And the RRQ that was surprised like, oh, we reached the late game but we are not doing anything. Like they are controlling the map, they are doing the team fights and we cannot join the team fights because also
they dictated the pace of the game. They dictated it.
You know, the rhythm of the game was going for the DFYG side, but also we saw like unsurrender from carry. It was getting double kill and sometimes triple kill, but suddenly shut down. Like they are trying to focus who's the damage dealer, and they are trying to deny it. Like enough, go to base. Relax a little bit. Let's finish this team fight and we will continue.
Who do you think is the player that set the tempo?
For DFYG,
yes,
Moscow,
the MVP of the game.
The MVP.
That's right.
Long all the way, yeah. Long all the way. He is the MVP for this match. Long, who used to play, who played with Moskov with 7 kills, 1 death, and 7 assists.
Now the story completely changes, you know? I think DFYG is writing their story right here in Games of the Future.
That is very true. That is very true. And of course, we're excited to see what are they going to do in the next match.
In the Game 3, the last game for this series, they really need to step, both of them. They have everything to lose now.
We thought DFYG, they will lose and we will go for only for like 2 games, 2-0 for RRQ. Then suddenly, DFYG, they surprised everyone. They surprised the audience down. And everyone cheering for DFYG.
Everyone, it was very hyped.
DFYG is making the history and they are making... We need to win and we need to go to Game 3 because Game 3 on the stage, under the stress for each team. Now, DFYG and RRQ in the same stress level because everyone have one mistake and one chance to win.
Yeah.
And both of them have shown their cards already. Do you think we're gonna see target bans later on for Game 3?
We might see more target bans actually because we might see Eve in the ban this time. They won't let her go because Eve played a huge part in this game. Would RQ ban Moskov? I don't think so. I don't think they would actually ban Moskov, to be honest. But is it a chance? Maybe. Maybe.
Banning Moscow, it will be a target ban.
Yeah,
They
definitely.
Yes.
need to
Definitely.
deny any, like if this your main, we will deny it, and you will, like we will force you to play not your main, like in the meta, and we will counter it.
Yeah.
That's the playstyle of RRQ.
Yeah.
Yes, let's see what's gonna happen in Game 3. We're just gonna go on break, but stay tuned, guys, because Game 3 is coming up next.
Abu Dhabi and UAE at the moment seems to be the epicenter of autonomous robotics and many other activities.
Running a business doesn't have to be complicated. At Solutions Plus, we provide a tailored combination of consulting, business process outsourcing, and technology solutions, from digital to finance, procurement, HR, ESG, and integrated facilities management. We take care of it all, letting you focus on success. Partner with Solutions Plus and take your business to the next level.
Health is the essence of who we are. M42 is a global health champion harnessing the power of artificial intelligence, technology and genomics to transform healthcare systems and ensure that everyone, everywhere, has access to the care they need. Our dedication to health knows no borders, and we serve with the belief that health is not a privilege. It is a universal right.
What if the spaces between us could disappear? And one move makes all the difference. Sometimes it feels like bonds growing stronger across any distance. When the spaces between us disappear, beautiful things happen.
Looking for car, health or home insurance? Don't waste hours calling around. At insurancemarket.ae, I bring you quotes from the UAE's top insurers in seconds. Compare, choose and buy instantly, all in one place. Over 200,000 policyholders already trust us with a 4.8-star rating. Join them today. Insurancemarket.ae, where insurance gets smarter. Insurancemarket.ae.
Energy is life. And today, life is happening in two worlds, physical and digital. In Abu Dhabi, where source energy powers innovation, a new kind of energy rises. An energy that unites worlds through intention and action. Where physical skills meet digital mastery and next generation of champions are born. This is where talent meets technology. Where strength meets strategy. Where energy amplifies through action and powers the future. The games of the future, powered by ADNOC.
This is it, Game 3. One final map to decide who moves on and who goes home here in the quarterfinals of Games of the Future, Abu Dhabi 2025, powered by ADNOC and Groot and Soldier. We are going straight for the drafting. Soldier.
To be honest, for RRQ, the bands, Helda and Hayabusa, interesting bands, to be honest, the Groot. And for DFYG, they are denying Paxia and Farsa.
And we're waiting right now for the third ban from Team DFYG. The ban seems the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, same ban.
Every game it's the same.
Yeah.
Until now.
But RRQ is actually emphasizing on the Hayabusa ban, where they're targeting this ban, you know. So yeah, that's very interesting for them. And the Yuzong ban as well. So yeah.
Yesterday we saw Yuzong a lot, but the beginning of the day, every game it's banned. Lancelot.
Yeah, Lancelot is a quick, auto pick, I would say, for
first pick, auto pick.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think DFYG will go with the same lineup that they went with the last game?
You know, when you will win, you will continue at the same rhythm and the same strategy like you won last game, but
yes, because
they are avoiding
not the
counters.
time to experiment.
Yeah.
Because this will secure the slot for the semifinals. So I don't think they will go bold or they will play it safe.
Wow.
But we can see right now, Yizonshin right now, a pick which was not there the previous game, since Akai was a jungler the previous game. So I think they're going all in this. They're going for the damage. But I'm not sure if Long would actually pick Moskov again for this match. Might actually go for another pick, or if he's feeling very comfortable about his Moskov pick, he would actually go for him again. But we're still waiting right now for RRQ, Dyron, and Toy to actually go for the pick. Dyron chose Lapu Lapu, and we have Valentina this time. So they actually chose Valentina before she gets banned, because she got banned the previous two matches.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be honest, until now, wow. As we expected, we are waiting for Esmeralda, Yusenshin, Eve. This is the meta picks until now, and for the RRQ, Valentina, Labu Labu, and Lancelot, we are waiting. Do you think I want to see Ruby this game, and I want to see Harith, but maybe he will get banned next for the ban phase 2.
Actually, Ruby would not be she's a not bad choice for this game, to be honest with you. But I think they might have actually other ideas going on, since the FYG, they are still lacking a roamer and a gold laner. As for there is a Tigreal ban, because Tigreal in the first match was very annoying for them, to be honest. He played a huge part in RRQ's win in the first match. As for RRQ, we do have a jungler, we have an XP laner, and we have a mid laner. So we still are waiting also for a gold laner and a roamer. Actually, both teams are waiting for a gold laner and a roamer right now. But we will see who will they pick after the ban phase.
To be honest, Groot, until now, some of team they are continuing the same strategies during the drafting. Like we will choose the meta picks first, then we will choose our favorite picks like Harith, it got banned. So when you are continuing the same strategies, some strategies some of teams, they have strategies during drafting, because they are forcing some picks and they are denying some picks. So if you have out of picks, you will go forcing your main, or your last time we saw Moscow. It was not a force, it was a comfortable pick and a confident from the FYG, and we saw it in the last game, and he got MVP.
That is very true. That is very true. Right now, for the last ban phase for the team DFYG, are they going for an XP laner ban, or they're going for a clove ban? So I believe DFYG is actually might be planning to go for Moskov again, but they still need to check who is actually RQ going to ban before they take that step. Moskov ban, that's it, no more. They're not going to take the risk. They're not going to take the risk. They're not going to let Long go for Moskov. That was kind of expected, to be honest, since Long in the previous match, You know,
But do you think between the two, who's more nervous right now?
I think both of them are. I think both of them are right now.
To be honest, RRQ, I saw like he's a little confident now for the like Moscow ban. Like I deny it. Like you dominate last game, but now you don't have any cards until like if you have a pocket pick. Wow. Well, get to get.
I expected to see him actually this match from the DFYG.
Esmeralda, Yusin Eve until now. Similar to the last game picks.
But right now, RRQ do not have Tigreal as a pick right now. So who are they going to pick instead? Are we going to see a Matilda, or are we going to see an Atlas, for example? We might have, but no, we're going for the straight one. We're going for Chu. You know, the most pro-picked hero, to be honest. Yeah, most pro-picked hero.
Him from group stage, playoff.
Definitely, definitely. And a Granger as well.
Granger and Chu. To be honest, if you are choosing Chu against Eve, this is the perfect pick. Also Yusin Shin. Because Chu, it's like a stealer, like a ninja. They will knock your the opponent, and it's a free kill for the other team. Wait.
Are we saying Vayne today?
Wow.
Will we actually see Vayne today?
At the last pick?
I don't think so.
DFYG, they will surprise us.
They're playing us.
That would be a huge surprise, but I don't think they will go for Vayne.
Yes.
Will they take the risk and go for Ling? This is actually a long shot, but they might actually do that. Ruby. There we go. You wanted Ruby? There you go. You got Ruby.
He was waiting for it.
You got it. You got Ruby. This is going to be such a tanky game for DFYG, and RRQ are might have actually a hard time winning this match if it goes to late game.
If they win the early game and they got the objectives and like the snowball for early game for RRQ hand.
But you know, there is a problem with DFYG's picks right now. The draft pick is that they don't have that much burst damage. The only burst damage is coming from Yisun Shin from DFYG. On the other hand, with RRQ, we have burst damage from Lancelot, and we have it from Granger as well. So this is going to be
Let's watch for the game 3.
Yeah, this is going to be very hard.
Yes, drafts are locked. One team drafted to close, and one team drafted to disrupt. Let's see the game 3 quarterfinals. Everything is on the line. That's it from the desk. Draft is done. RRQ versus DYFG, game 3 decider. Casters, take it away.
Game number 3, and we're back with Sutsujin on the Lancelot and Super Ken on this Yisun Shin. Enough of the utility junglers. Both of these two junglers that we have will now focus on being the carries for the team. And how about that ban on the Moskov, Naisu?
It's warranted, man. You know, I know our panel was discussing, like, do you think they'd ban out the Moskov? And I think that's a good question to have, just because of the performance that Long had it in the last game, and knowing his history with that hero as well, you know, and sometimes it's just better to go ahead. It was the last ban, might as well just do it, you know, just to kind of narrow down the choices there. But this is, like, we've seen the Ruby and the gold lane time and time again. It works great. It can be devastating. There's an early flicker from Yi1 from that aggressive play from Edok, but you know, nonetheless, that's the main point. Every single time that we do see this Ruby, since technically we do see a lot of double fighter with the Yisun Shin lineup, it always runs into the same problem, man, which is usually on late game base, you know, offenses. Like, you don't have that range that you traditionally would have in comparison to having a marksman, right? And so we have seen games completely get turned over on their head, even with an advantage or a lead, with lineups like this that DFYG has. So that's probably the biggest problem that they're going to run into with this. And then, of course, I think part of this equation is, what does Rins take for the ultimates, depending on how they want to approach the fights.
Yep. Which I think in the first start, though, you are going to be rewarded if you pick up the real world invasion. Vel back on the Esmeralda. I think this is the third time that they will be playing Lapu Lapu versus the Esmeralda. Yep. So far it's been 1-1. Let's see what is gonna be the first turtle fight here for RRQ.
Hey, Rins has his RWM. Just gonna hold on to it. Edok not level 4 just yet. Neither is Zed. So this turtle will start up. But look who's making his way, looking to join this fight at level 4, threatening with that I'm offended. Mountain Shocker going to be used. They're going to go for it. Super Ken will secure the turtle. And RQ on the run, trying to get away. AOG, great G-Kundo to keep Zed from getting that unbreakable taunt off.
Long, you know, it's sometimes so good to see like a good flicker, I'm offended play, or you go to the backlines as the Ruby and get the surprise second skill into the ultimate. But you saw what Long did. He literally casually walked in front of the members of RRQ Hoshi, inside the turtle pit, nailed the I'm offended on the perfect target. DFYG casually took that first turtle in front of RRQ Hoshi. Like it's nothing. Like it's target practice for them. That is...
It's long, man.
It's the long effect.
It's a long effect. You know, right now, DFYG is going to take the fight. They take out Edok so quickly, and Vel potentially going to be next here in the trade. Dyron isn't able to get it, so Rins falls, and now another big pickup for DFYG as they find 2.
Oh, what happened to RRQ Hoshi? It seems like all the fight in them just petered out. Vel, can you survive this? Nah. Good thing it's Sitsujin to collect that kill. They also denied a cart away from the Esmeralda, so this is going to be massive for RRQ Hoshi. I think that they will probably reduce the gold deficit into just 1,000 gold after that. Especially because Toy is now double laning. But man, I do hope that for RRQ Hoshi, for game number 3, they don't lose out on GOTF just because of that. Just because they're allowing DFYG to take out their members so easily, so casually. There will be another turtle gonna be coming here. It's expanding rivers. So that's also why Long was able to get into that first turtle so easily from the top to the mid to the bottom lane. And it's also gonna be the way for DFYG to connect around this turtle area.
Looks like here the play around this turtle, fighting up top in that gold lane, but they are going to go ahead and let DFYG take this out. I think Edok's going to look for the kick, and he does just that as he's able to find Lung. Lung trying to get away, won't be able to escape the shot coming out from Toy. As a kill's picked up, Rins is still going to survive. A Landshaker drop down on Vel, but turtle for the taking now. You have Sutsujin going to clear that mid and then making his way up for this objective. He'll ground the Lithwander. Turtle's going to be next, but Lung's back up. He can actually join this in, and they can stall this out, so no one's going to claim the turtle just yet.
Yeah. Going to be on duty of clearing the waves, but it seems like DFYG wants to rush this time. I think that they found an opening against RRQ Hoshi. Yep, they do. And they kind of feigned that they will not take the turtle, and then that actually prompted Sutsujin to just go to the bottom lane. If RRQ Hoshi does not push, and they will not be able to push because Vel is here, and by the way, Expanding Rivers also have them in that scenario. DFYG again, it takes something so casually over RRQ Hoshi, and even that Crammer, dude. DFYG are taking and stealing candies away from RRQ Hoshi.
Yeah, Super Ken, like you said, you know, he's got a ton of experience playing against Sutsujin here in the past, and, you know, it shows. DFYG holding on to that 2,000 gold lead right now. Nothing major, but it is still something, and that could be the reason why RRQ Hoshi decided not to fight into that second turtle. You know, they want to give themselves a little bit more time to scale up and build up here, and especially for Toy. This Granger, as we know, is going to take a little bit of time to go ahead and scale up, and I can't remember. I think if we take a look at the items, I think he did get the Sky Piercer recently, but he's going to deal with this pressure now in his lane. DFYG wants to take this tier 1 turret, and you see what's happening here. Well, if they want to take a turret, you just send a few dudes, and they'll be able to get it because of this the threat that this lineup has.
RRQ Hoshi has to really think about their mid game and their late game right now, because I feel like DFYG, they continue on taking things away from RRQ Hoshi, like the neutral objectives as well as the turrets. It's going to be a a walk in the park for them to end this game. Especially because they also have good late game. I mean, of course, they don't have a marksman for DFYG, but this is still a Yi Sun-Shin. I think Yi Sun-Shin is a marksman if you think about it. But again, there is a lot of ways for DFYG to end this game at any stage. So if RRQ Hoshi does not find an opening for Setsujin to wreak havoc as well as find the timing for Toy to be activated, this is going to be DFYG advancing in this playoff.
See what happens. They have control of the turtle right now. I think still RRQ Hoshi doesn't want anything to do with these turtles. He's just being zoned out by Vel, actually. So great choice there for Vel, but they are going to trade it objectively as that tier 1 up top is pushed down by Toy. So at least RRQ Hoshi kind of getting what they can. That seems to be the whole case. You know, they can't fight, at least for now. So you might as well grab some space to work with on the map. Get some objectives if you can. But I'm just worried because the way things have gone in the past, 8 minutes, basically, I don't know if they're going to be in a position to actually contest against the Lord unless they somehow get an advantage. That advantage would come mainly through Edok getting a kick and then giving them the numbers advantage in a team fight. But right now, it just seems to be pretty difficult. Yeah, he does have the Sky Piercer, Counter-Strike, but he's working on his next item here. Oh, Bell, is he going to get caught? Nice land shaker to stun. AOG comes down. Good pickup for Toy to take as he has the Sky Piercer. A little bit of trade in the mid. Oh, the Mountain Shocker will be able to take out Sutsujin as Super Ken gets a solo kill. And now they traded out the 1-for-1. But definitely a difficult game for Sutsujin here.
Wow, Vel, I was really wondering what he was trying to achieve there. They tried to cut the waves very nearby the turrets of RRQ Hoshi. But it turns out to be good because Yi1 was there to counteract with the E's ultimate. They also did force Rig's ultimate to copy the real-world manipulation. But I think the bigger kill was onto Setsujin. And not only that, Naisu, they actually take a turret in the mid lane, a turret in the bottom lane, on top of a kill onto the jungler of RRQ Hoshi. And all of a sudden, they're up by 3.8k gold. RRQ Hoshi are just not finding a break in this game. Whereas DFYG, they're just getting everything in their hands. Super Ken, if you give this guy a hero that he can be successful with, and if you set up the Yi Sun-Shin for success, you can see that Super Ken is more than able to deliver. Now it's going to be up to how RRQ Hoshi will contest this Lord.
Yeah, I guess they're going to go for it. Conceal is going to be used just to push into this territory here. DFYG healthily ahead right now of RRQ Hoshi. I'm not sure if this fight does break out, how it's going to go for RRQ Hoshi. They might just, even if they go for a kick for Edok, like, who do you go for? Who do you kick? Yi1 isn't even giving you an opportunity to kick him as he's got the flicker even available. So, it's really difficult for this Cho to find that window of opportunity. And that's why all these objectives has been basically no contest. Another one going to DFYG. They might force a fight here around the 2-2 turret. Look at Vel, third time on this Esmeralda, having a much better game than he's had previously, as he just goes and leads the charge in. Dyron gonna jump in as well. Solo, he does get out. Luckily, they still have these holy defense shields as well, but the waves are gonna be pushing in, working on these tier 2 turrets. Sutsujin this whole time has been playing catch-up, trying to get those items that he needs on this land slot to be able to provide more of that damage throughput that they need here.
Yeah. And it can all stem back to that first turtle fight where RRQ Hoshi, like a deer in the headlights, stared down DFYG and gave them everything. A kill and a turtle. And a kill onto the Sutsujin Lancelot more than anything else. Because ever since then, I mean, DFYG did not let go. They're just collecting kills after kills. They're activating Long on his Ruby. And most importantly, Super Ken is just delivering. Yi1 also is a threat for RRQ Hoshi. And there's no actual way for them to really contest Yi1. There should be because of the Lapu Lapu, but it seems like Yi1 has already countered what RRQ Hoshi is trying to do.
Oh, RWM dropped down. Look at that. Stopped in his tracks too. Nowhere to go. Just body blocked by basically the front line of DFYG. Lord finally goes down. Base turret with it. They will hold on to the 2 base turrets for now, but the shield in mid is gone. So DFYG might continue to press this on. If they actually give the call to Lung to go and make the play and just flicker on forward, they could do that. But now in the mid lane, oh, Sutsujin just to his death, even with the Revitalize being popped here, they keep him healthy. There's the jump in, the AOG from Zed, and Dyron is gone as well. Lung still has his Flicker I'm Offended combo. They're going to march in with the waves here, and DFYG with this massive lead will clean up another kill. They want to make a statement. They're going to go for the wipeout here before they end the game and take game 3 against RRQ Hoshi.
Oh, and that is Long. The biggest smile that we've seen all throughout Games of the Future. And you can blame them. They have just eliminated RRQ Hoshi, a team that's very famous in the scene, and they did it so commandingly in game number 3. Not even a letdown. Long with that I'm offended play to take out Susujin in the first turtle of the game. And eventually they stole it to them, eliminating this RRQ Hoshi from Indonesia. GG's, of course, RRQ Hoshi. Still a pretty good game number 1 that we've seen from them, and I'm sure that we can hear more from our friends from DFYG pretty soon. But now,
incredible.
we'll be
One more
throwing it
time,
over
give it up to the
stage
winning
for the
team,
interview.
DFYG! What a performance. I mean, look at his face. He's truly surprised. He was like, I can't believe this is happening. His heart is beating. How does it feel? You know, you guys took a loss in the first map, and then you recovered back up to win the title, and now off to the semifinal.
I'm very shocked because this is the first time China get top 4 in semifinals.
Amazing, amazing. You guys have done such an incredible job. Listen, if there is one team out there in the tournament that you would like to compete, who would it be?
Onyx ID.
All right, amazing. Listen, since we started the tournament, I've not heard the crowd going this wild like today. So you guys have a lot of supporters, a lot of fans in here. What can we expect from you guys moving into the semifinals tomorrow?
Of course, we will still keep training more harder than yesterday to get the final.
Amazing. Well, you are one step closer, right, to win this trophy and a huge prize presented by the Games of the Future. One more time, everybody, give it up to your winning team right here from China.
What a surprise. 3 games, full distance, and it all comes down to a 2-1 finish here in the quarterfinals here in Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025. I know we were all surprised here. Soldier?
To be honest, RRQ, one of the names, when you see it in major tournament,
Very
you're
much
scared.
experienced.
But now, on this tournament, Game of the Future, the FYG, they close this history and they appear the name of you will be scared until next tournament.
Well, DFYG is quite amazing. That was such a beautiful match. I enjoyed each and every second of watching this match. They were very strategic, very objective. They knew what they were doing. RRQ tried to actually stop them from trying to get this win, but DFYG had a goal and they got to it. So wow. I am very proud of them. I'm actually excited to see them tomorrow, in the semifinals.
Can't wait for the semifinals. For sure, they're going to surprise us, the lineups. Who do you think will be there?
To be honest, the FYG, we thought I was waiting for RRQ and Onyx in the finals, but now the story changed.
It's completely different.
Yeah, it's completely different. Now in my mind there is a lot of things
changing as well.
So I'm waiting. I need to see the full picture until end of day.
But good, looking at the statistics right now, what stands out most to you?
As everyone can see, DFYG is actually almost dominated the entire match with total gold of 1,000 gold, almost 42,000. 7 towers destroyed, 1 Lord slain. They just needed 1 Lord to get the win on RRQ, which is quite amazing. They cared about the objective. They got 3 turtles, although they sacrificed some of their towers, actually 2 of their towers for the 3 turtles. but they were very objective oriented, which is quite amazing. Their builds were quite good as well. Their rotation in the map, especially the rotation in the map, was good. The pick from RRQ, which is Valentina, they thought they would have the upper hand by actually ulting Eve, but it didn't work out for them. It didn't work out for them. Chu, on the other hand, there were better choices because Chu didn't actually shine this match from RRQ, to be honest. Granger was trying to be there. Granger was still building. Marksman take time to build. So, but you know, DFYG knew that, so they wanted to finish the game as soon as possible before RRQ actually fully builds, because in the late game, RRQ might have had a chance actually to win. So DFYG, very professional of them, very amazing of them.
Soldier, you think DFYG controlled the game, or was it just luck?
No, DFYG, to be honest, DFYG, they know how to play the early skirmishes, the early fights, and the early control of the map. That's the style they played yesterday, the first game for them. And now they played again against RRQ, and they win.
We know that the team fight was good, but one player came up on top.
Of course.
Super Ken.
Super Ken is the MVP, who was playing with Yi Sun Shin with 5 kills, 0 deaths, and 4 assists.
Completely perfect.
Yep. That's a perfect score, my friend.
You know, RRQ, they was having a chance against the DFYG, but it was now faded.
Yeah, definitely.
So now the first match is done, and second match is underway. We have Aurora Gaming and Verso Time.
Yeah.
With these two, who do we think is coming up on top? I know I said earlier that Verso Time is the underdog here, but you know, these Games of the Future Abu Dhabi, it just keeps on surprising us.
Exactly.
So now, I don't know, I'm lost, totally lost.
So, you know, we said that DFYG was the underdog compared to RRQ, Hoshi, and they actually won. And right now we're seeing Aurora Gaming and Versatime. Will we see another underdog win?
Yes,
and it
like
will be the
come up
clash
on
of the
top.
underdogs in the semifinals or not? You know?
I know, the experienced team are just letting us down like every single day. They keep on surprising us. But kudos again to the winning team, which is the FYG, and of course respect to RRQ Hoshi.
Definitely. They're
Sometimes
legends.
you need to respect the unexperienced team, because like the ego will play a role, very big role.
Yes.
Now we show it and we see it like live.
Yeah.
That's why RRQ, they took the advantage on the first game and they got like little comfortable, but the FYG, they took this advantage and they took the win away. And the second game, it was a stress for both teams and we need to win. So DFYG, they took the stress up to the win.
But guys, this is not done yet. More actions are coming. We have 3 more matches coming up next. But for now, we're gonna take a short break, but stay tuned, guys.
At the moment, it seems to be the epicenter of autonomous, robotics, and many other activities.
Running a business doesn't have to be complicated. At Solutions Plus, we provide a tailored combination of consulting, business process outsourcing, and technology solutions. From digital to finance, procurement, HR, ESG, and integrated facilities management, we take care of it all, letting you focus on success. Partner with Solutions Plus and take your business to the next level.
Health is the essence of who we are. M42 is a global health champion harnessing the power of artificial intelligence, technology and genomics to transform healthcare systems and ensure that everyone, everywhere, has access to the care they need. Our dedication to health knows no borders, and we serve with the belief that health is not a privilege. It is a universal right.
What if the spaces between us could disappear? And one move makes all the difference. Sometimes it feels like bonds growing stronger across any distance. When the spaces between us disappear, beautiful things happen.
Looking for car, health or home insurance? Don't waste hours calling around. At insurancemarket.ae, I bring you quotes from the UAE's top insurers in seconds. Compare, choose and buy instantly, all in one place. Over 200,000 policyholders already trust us with a 4.8 star rating. Join them today. Insurancemarket.ae, where insurance gets smarter. Insurancemarket.ae.
Energy is life. And today, life is happening in two worlds, physical and digital. In Abu Dhabi, where source energy powers innovation, a new kind of energy rises. An energy that unites worlds through intention and action. Where physical skills meet digital mastery, and next generation of champions are born. This is where talent meets technology. Where strength meets strategy. Where energy amplifies through action and powers the future. The games of the future, powered by ADNOC.